size things up as you reach the midway point?
Well, at the midway point, we had hoped to be maybe not 2 games back, but be a little bit closer. But at the same time, I think North Central and Elmhurst are the 2 most veteran teams in the league. I think in the first round, they clearly established themselves as the best teams in the first round, and now it's our job to close that gap and learn the lessons from the first round of games. And I think that's always the challenge for a team, is the second time you see an opponent, are you more prepared? Did you learn the lessons, and can you execute your game plan better for those games that you lost the first round?
So what do you feel you learned about North Central when you played them 3 weeks ago and lost there by 13?
Well, you have to grind. And I think we were grinding that first half, and like I said, it got away from us there at the end of the half. I think they were up 34-27 at half, and most of that was in the last 2 or 3 minutes where they widened that gap. You just can't let down, because though they really defend well. They've got a lot of size and length on the floor, and you've got to be willing to grind it out. And it's a possession-by-possession game, and they just kind of wait for you to have a letdown, and that's when they kind of expend things. They've played a lot of close games, and we're hoping that we can kind of grind out a big win tonight.
North Central led by Connor Raridan, the 5th-year senior. He does everything well. Is there a certain benchmark that you're looking to hold him to? Take one thing away, because you almost have to pick your poison against someone that scores well and distributes.
Well, a couple things. I think you don't want him to get to the line a lot. He's very crafty in there, drawing fouls and head faking and creating contact, and so you don't want him to give him points from the free throw line. The other thing is you don't want him to make everybody else better, and he's very good at doing that. I mean, he's a guy he's a tremendous passer, and so I don't think you want to overhelp, because he is such an unselfish player and makes everybody around him better.
And how do you combat their size? They're maybe not terribly big up front, but they're big everywhere.
Yeah, they are. I mean, you look at them. They 6'4" to 6'6", a lot of those guys with long arms and athletic, and so you're going to have to battle. They don't give you anything easy on the offensive end. I think one of our advantages that we have not taken advantage of enough this year is our speed and our ability to get up and down the floor. Hopefully we can do that. And then also, when you've got guys like Charlie Bear and Matt Laird that are true low post guys, you hope that is to your advantage as well.
All right, we appreciate the time. Best of luck. We'll talk to you afterwards.
Thanks, Eric.
That's Titans coach Ron Rose on our pregame show here on WBXG, and we're going to bring you the starting lineups here in just a moment. A reminder that we will be back out at we'll be back out in Bloomington tomorrow night at 7 o'clock for the return of the Illinois Wesleyan Titan Coaches Show, as we'll hear from Coach Ron Rose and Maya Smith, and that will be at 7 o'clock tomorrow night, and we'll perhaps have a special player guest as well. Derek Bowman will bring you that tomorrow night. By the way, the Titan women are in action tonight as they play at North Park, a game that has big CCIW implications, as North Park is currently the leader in the CCIW at 8-1, and the Titans are at 6-2, and they are just a game behind them. So that will be a big game tonight. We'll be keeping you abreast of that action as well. And other games in men's action, Elmhurst is at Augustana, Carroll is at Carthage, and Milliken is playing host to North Park. Now let's bring you our starting lineups before tonight's national anthem, and it's a special one tonight as Illinois Wesleyan alum Wayne Messmer will be performing it tonight, so we are going to bring that to you here on WBXG here in a couple of moments. Now our starting 5, first for the visiting North Central Cardinals from Naperville. They come in with a 15-3 record and winners of 11 straight. They are tied with Elmhurst atop the CCIW at 8-1, and their only conference loss this year came at Carthage back on December 4th. I forgot to mention the show is at Cheeks tomorrow night, by the way. That is Cheeks in Bloomington for Illinois Wesleyan Titan Coaches Show. We do certainly hope to see you out there. So now back to North Central. Their starting 5, Aiden Chang, a 6'3 guard from Freeport, Illinois. He is one of two fifth-year seniors on this team. He suffered an ugly leg injury early last season. It was so severe at the time, people were not even talking about basketball for him. But he has made a remarkable recovery, and he is back for his fifth year. Coach Todd Raritan, we talked to him back in December when North Central played down in Texas, as did the Titans. Talked about what a remarkable young man he is and the recovery that he has made, and has been a key contributor here for the Cardinals this season. Matt Hellwig is a 6'2 junior guard from Aurora, and Hellwig is averaging just over 9 points per game. Blaze Meredith is a 6'4 junior guard from Neuqua Valley in Naperville. Meredith is averaging just under 8 points per game and has a team-high 20 steals on the season. He is a second-team returning CCIW honoree. Matt Capoletti, a 6'5 senior forward from Romeoville. Capoletti is averaging 13 points and close to 7 rebounds per game, a first-team all-conference honoree. And Connor Raritan, a 6'6 senior forward from Neuqua Valley. He is from Plainfield, and Raritan is likely the front-runner for Outstanding Player of the Year in the CCIW. He is sixth in scoring at 15.3 points per game. He's fifth in the league in rebounding at over 7 per game, and he leads the league by far in assists at over 5.5 per game. One of the best shooters in the league as well in field goal percentage and in free throw percentage. And he is sort of the do-everything player for this team, the Swiss Army knife, if you will. Doesn't really have a position. He plays them all. For his head coach and his dad, Todd Raritan, who is in his 16th year at North Central, a record of 282 victories and 143 defeats. He's amassed 551 career victories as a college head coach. That includes his time at Nebraska Wesleyan, where he led them to the national championship game back in 1997, the year in which they lost to Illinois Wesleyan. And for the host Titans, their starting five features Luke Yoder, the starting point guard, freshman from Central Catholic High School in Bloomington, making his 11th start of the season. He is averaging just over 9 points per game. Keandre Schumacher, a 5'11 redshirt sophomore guard from University High School in Normal, and the transfer from Division I Winthrop. Keandre is averaging a team-high 13 points per game. Joined in the backcourt by Peter Lambesis, the 6'4 sophomore guard from St. Viator High School, and Pete is averaging 12.4 points per game and is fifth in the league in steals at about 1.5 per contest. Doug Wallen is a 6'5 junior forward. He is averaging 11 points and 6 rebounds per game, and Doug hails from Champaign Central High School. And Charlie Bear in the middle, the 6'7 junior forward from Glenbard South High School. He hails from Glen Ellen. He is averaging 9 points and 9.6 rebounds per game. That is best in the CCIW, and he is recovering from a bout of, well, they thought initially it was mono. Turns out it was bronchitis, though he still played close to 20 minutes while not feeling well at all on Wednesday last week against Elmhurst. He's not missed any practice time, but they might be scaling him back just a little bit tonight, depending on his endurance. They know that Dave's endurance is not going to be where they needed to be, especially for an energy guy, but they'll see how he gets along and just kind of watch that closely tonight.
Bear provides so much for this Titan team, but you're absolutely right. His game is energy, playing physically, and I think it's going to be important that they get him in for quick bursts and then get him out so he can catch his breath, so that he can be as valuable as possible.
So that could mean additional minutes for Matt Layeritz, the sophomore from St. Louis, Missouri, who was coming off a career-best 22 points off the bench, actually in his first career start last week against Elmhurst a week ago. Ron Rose, the 14th-year head coach at Illinois Wesleyan, a record of 254 victories and 126 defeats. They are 11-6 on the season and 5-3 in the CCIW, currently 5th place in the CCIW, and they are 2-3 against top 25 teams this season, one of those being a loss to North Central. as we get ready for the playing of our national anthem here tonight, as we welcome Wayne Messmer, Illinois Wesleyan alum and distinguished alum, honored a couple of years ago here at IWU, and the first man to perform the national anthem when Shirk Center opened some 25 years ago. Here he is, Wayne Messmer, as he comes to the mic and approaches center court.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
No one does it better than Wayne Messmer performing the national anthem before tonight's game. We are going to get you the opening tip when we come back after this 1-minute timeout. The Titans and the North Central Cardinals on Classic Rock 98.3 WBXG, Rock of the Heartland.
And now let's meet this evening's starters. First, for the visitors from North Central, 6'4", and a junior from Naperville, number 24, Blaze Meredith. Forward, 6'6", and a senior from Plainfield, 32, Connor Reardon. And a senior from Romeoville, number 30, Matt Capoletti. The guard, 6'3", and a senior from Freeport, number 11, Aiden Chang. And the guard, 6'2", and a junior from Aurora, number 12, Matt Cohen. Cardinals are coached by Todd Reardon. And now, for the Titans of Illinois Wesleyan. 6'4", sophomore prospect number 2, Pete Lamisa. A forward 6'5", and a junior from Champaign, 25, Doug Rowland.
Welcome back to Shirk Center here at Illinois Wesleyan. Eric Stock with Dave Feeney and Nathan Schertz in studio tonight. And say hello to all those following us on IWSports.com for the video feed tonight. And now Titans haven't been home in a couple of weeks. There's a raucous atmosphere here tonight at Shirk, and I know they haven't been home for a couple of weeks. You have Wayne Messmer here, and of course the significance of this matchup, I think, has the fans juiced.
Absolutely. It's a huge game for the Titans. And, Eric, as you were going over the schedule, you hear that Elmhurst is at Augustana tonight. Really a chance for some teams to sort of flip the script as the second half of the CCIW starts. Hopefully, Illinois Wesleyan can take care of business here at the Shirk Center and really build some confidence as they start the second half of the season.
Our officials for tonight's game are Dan Dorian, Eric Anderson, and Cody Cruin as the Cardinals come out of their road maroon jerseys with white numbers and letters and black trim and North Central on the front of their tops in cursive, and the Titans are in their home white and green and Titans in block letters on the front across their chests. On the opening tip, Matt Capoletti against Charlie Bear, and we're underway. Titans with a tap. Doug Wallen at the controls, gets it back to Luke Yoder, and the Titans will set up against the man-to-man defense as they go left to right here in the first half. Bear wheels to the right elbow, gives it off to Yoder, cuts to the paint, to the baseline, bounces it out to Lambesis, and a quick travel called against Lambesis as he went for a quick jab step against Matt Helwig.
Obviously, the Titans didn't want to turn it over on the first possession, but a solid possession, 2 paint touches and a ball reversal. I know Coach Rose will be pleased about that.
Aiden Chang brings it up for the Cardinals. The Titans are one of the best turnover teams in the league. They take care of the ball well. They'll need to do so tonight. Bear nearly got the steal against Capoletti as he swings it out to Helwig. On the right to Raritan. Stares down Doug Wallen as he puts the ball on the floor. Swings the ball to the right to Meredith. Meredith bounces between the legs, moves in on Bear, kicks it out. Capoletti, a tough 3, barely draws the rim, and Yoder runs down the miss. Leads a break, takes it down the middle all the way to the bucket, lays it up, comes up short. It was contested by Helwig, and the rebound cleared by Capoletti for the Cardinals.
Great first possession defensively for the Titans, forced a tough perimeter shot and secured the rebound.
Still no score, a minute gone by. It is Chang on the left wing, holds the basketball, gives it over to Meredith. Meredith guarded by Yoder, flings the ball to Raritan in the corner with a quick step to the baseline, backs down on Wallen. Now they clear out one-on-one. Takes him into the green space, draws the double. He'll fade, had it blocked, but recovered. Kicks it out inside, punched away by Charlie Bear, and Yoder comes away with a turnover.
Active hands there by Bear on defense, doing more than one thing. That's a great effort play.
Schumacher to the bucket, had it blocked by Capoletti, unable to save it. It goes out of bounds. Titan ball, 20 to shoot. Looks like a defensive struggle so far through the first 90 seconds.
I don't think it will stay that way, but definitely 2 heavyweight fighters kind of feeling each other out here early.
The inbound on the baseline goes to Lambesis, gets it back from Schumacher. Now Wallen flashes to the baseline, draws the double, kicks it out to Yoder. Yoder looks for a seam, crosses over, jump step, reach in, and Raritan got a hand in there. It looks like he will pick up the foul. That'll be the first of the game, and first, of course, against the Cardinals.
Coach Raritan immediately telling his son there to be smart. They know how valuable Connor is to this Cardinal team.
Yoder off the dribble, pops for 3 from the right wing, no good. And Raritan grabs the rebound for North Central. Still no score, nearly 2 minutes in. Raritan top of the key, swings it right to Meredith, guarded by Yoder. Holds the ball high, swings it back to Raritan. Raritan stares down his man, Wallen. Gives him his left, doesn't take it. One bounce, chest pass left side to Capoletti. Back out on top. Here's Raritan. Raritan against Wallen. Delivers right side to Meredith. Off his screen to the free throw line. Kicks it out to Chang. Chang with a dribble drive. Foul line Jay. Backing up. No good. Capoletti reached over Wallen to snatch away the rebound. And a reset. Spin move to the goal for 2.
Very nice move there by Capoletti. He had a very nice game against the Titans up in Naperville with 17 points, and he's off to a good start tonight.
First basket of the game for either team. Titans go back to work. Now it's Wallen top of the key against Raritan. Swings the left elbow to Bear. Bear looks to the baseline, swings it back out to Lambesis. He unloads to Schumacher, rolls to the left, off a pick, bounces into the corner to Wallen. 7 to shoot. Wallen backs up, swings it out to Lambesis, strokes a 3, and it's short. Rebound Raritan for North Central.
IW just not in a great rhythm so far offensively. They got to get that inside-out game going.
Helwig goes baseline. His pass was tipped out of bounds. Still Cardinal ball with 23 in the shot clock.
You know, Eric, so much of North Central's defense is want you to go side to side, and Wesleyan is doing that. They're kind of falling into that trap.
Raritan to inbound on the baseline for the Cardinals. In play to Helwig, who was able to sneak in underneath the bucket and get an easy 2.
Very well executed out of bounds play. Helwig read that the Titans knew the out of bounds play and were overplaying it, and he backdoored. Very nice cut.
Cardinals have a 4-0 lead. Diagonal pass to Bear, missed it, but got it back. Followed it up with a left hand. It came up short. Capoletti rebounds for the Cardinals. In transition, Raritan weaving through traffic. Sets up at the right wing. Awaits Capoletti's screen. Picked up by Bear. Takes him off with the dribble. Hooks the ball into the corner. Helwig an open 3. Short. Skims off the rim to Doug Wallen.
Titans fortunate there. They got caught in a switch and ended up with Bear on Raritan. That's not a matchup that the Titans really want.
Schumacher drive, shovels it out. Yoder tees up Wallen, who hits a 3 from the left wing.
You know, there's a great example. Penetration into the paint opened everything up. It's always easier to make a 3 when that ball is moving, especially from inside out.
Titans on the board, down 4-3, 4 minutes in. Capoletti wheels left, fakes a handoff, now exchanges to Raritan, flips the ball with one hand to Meredith. Meredith looks for a screen, goes baseline on Yoder, kicks it to the corner to Capoletti, and he's called for a walk. They're calling that tight tonight. They've had one on both teams.
They are. That was actually excellent defense by Corey No. He read that what Capoletti wanted to do was kind of swing that ball for one more. He jumped in the passing lane, forced him to drive, and Capoletti had an extra step in there.
Corey No, the sophomore from Muhammad Seymour, who had a breakout game against the Cardinals a couple of weeks ago, 21 points, is the first Titan off the bench, along with Matt Leyritz, who had a career best 22 a week ago. Inbound was punched back out, and now they'll reset as Yoder brings it up, along with Wallen and Schumacher. And the two new players. Ball to the post was tapped away by Capoletti, forcing the steal to Raritan. Now Capoletti wheels baseline for two.
Costly turnover there on a post feed. Those are the mistakes you just cannot make against a team of this caliber.
Cardinals have a 6-3 advantage, and Meredith playing tight D to Yoder. Knocked it away from him. He regains control. Now Wallen had it punched away. Recovered by Raritan. Raritan surveys. Skip pass to Chang. Out to Meredith. Fills the lane and crashes in to Yoder. And Yoder able to force the offensive foul on Meredith.
Great and smart play there by Luke Yoder, showing some toughness, taking the charge. He needed to make that play, though, because he had just turned it over. Chance for the Titans to get it back. Titans not playing real crisply so far, but only down 3 here in the early going. Still a chance to find their way.
And just one basket so far, that coming from Doug Wallen. Titans down by 3. Yoder with the top chest pass to No. No into the post to Leyritz. Fronts his defender, kicks it back out. Yoder for 3. Got it.
Again, inside-out game. It started with a nice post feed into Leyritz. Leyritz immediately kicking that ball out. Yoder with a nice shot, and immediately we're tied.
6 apiece, 5 minutes and change gone by in the first half here from Shirk Center. Meredith at the top of the key to Capoletti. Holds the basketball, delivers the left side to Chang. Chang with a bounce pass baseline to Helwig. No, closes in late and forced a tie-up, or they call the foul here on No. Looks like it will be a personal on Corey No. That'll be the first Titan personal tonight.
Tough call there. It looked like No had forced that tie-up, but evidently had a little bit of wrist in there as well.
Couple new players in for North Central. Aaron Jones, a 6-foot senior guard from De La Salle High School. And Will Clausel, a 6'4" junior guard from Newark, Illinois. As the inbound comes into Chang. On the right side it goes to Jones. Jones off the screen by Clausel. Left side to Chang. Chang guarded by Schumacher. Clausel again for the screen. Chang shuffles baseline. Skip pass. Across to Helwig. Helwig sidesteps, pops a 3, no good. And Leyritz pulls down the rebound for the Titans. Yoder scampers into the front court in a tie game. Leyritz on the right side weaves the handoff to No. He attacks, skips it back to Leyritz. Right elbow jumper, no good. Rebound goes to North Central. They run it. Jones into the corner, spots Clausel. Passes on the shot. Back out it goes. On the right wing to Jones. Jones now resets to Raritan. Begs off help. Top of the key. Swings the left side to Chang. Game tied at 6. Skip pass to Jones with a ball fake. Into the corner to Clausel. Clausel with a jab step. Dribbles out to the wing. Off a pick. Baseline to Raritan. Ball fake. Slips past his man. Glides in for 2.
There's that crafty move right there. Raritan shows the ball so well. Gets his defender up in the air and drives it for the easy deuce.
First basket of the game for Raritan. They take the lead back. The ball tipped away, but recovered by Wallen, who sticks the left elbow jump shot.
Coach Raritan really upset. Had a loose ball in the paint. 4 Cardinals around it. But the Titans come up with it. And Wallen with a big bucket to tie the game again.
Now the Titans do get a break, but still a little sloppy on the offensive end. The game tied at 8 with 13:05 to go in the half. Man-to-man defense. Raritan comes off a screen. Jump pass out to Clausel. Looks left on the cut. Finds Chang in the paint. Back out to Jones. The left side. Clausel tees up a 3 and hits.
I think the Titans are showing too much respect for Jones. He's only a 28 to 29% three-point shooter, and they're really guarding him tightly, and it's opening up some of these other shooters.
And Clausel with 38% three-point shooter as he knocks down that 3 ball to give the Cardinals the lead back at 11-8 with the 12:47 to go here in the first half.
Yeah, it's Eric. You kind of heard the storyline here the first 7 minutes in the starting lineups when it was announced senior, junior, and then for the Titans the first three being freshman, sophomore. That's kind of how it looks so far. But by this point in the season, those guys for the Titans still have a lot of experience, and we need to tighten some things up here. Take care of the basketball, get a good shot every time down the floor.
Keeping our eye on the Wesleyan women at North Park tonight, the Vikings lead 15-9 with about 3 minutes to go in the first half. Our Titan stats here, sponsored by Crabtree Financial, a proud supporter of Titan Athletics. Wesleyan off to a sluggish start offensively, 3 for 10 from the field, but they've hit 2 for 4 from three-point range. Cardinals 5 for 10 from the floor, 1 for 4 from 3, and they lead the rebounding difference at 7-5, and both teams have 3 turnovers so far. Left side, no, pops a 3 and hits.
Excellent after timeout execution by the Titans. A nice screen by freshman Cody Mitchell. Opens up no for the 3.
Three's keeping the minute as they tie the score at 11. First basket of the game for Corey No. At the right side to Jones. Gives to Raridan. Raridan guarded out high by Bear. Swings it out on top left side. It goes to Chang. Chang looking. Feeds the post to Raridan. And here he fronts Bear, stares him down, puts a move on, draws the double, kicks it out for Jones. His 3 is good as he falls down, and then comes the late whistle on Lambesis, who is motioning for a flop. They typically don't call that on the offensive player, but he was hoping to get it. In this instance, he does not, and so Aaron Jones will have a shot at a 4-point play.
Well, Aaron Jones showing me. I had just mentioned he's only a 28% three-point shooter. He hits a big one there. I think the official did miss that call. Jones kicked out his feet to kind of draw the contact. That's a move you usually see on TV, but the official fell for it, and he's going to line with a chance to complete the 4-point play.
And he is unable to convert as the rebound goes to freshman Cody Mitchell, who just checked in for Illinois Wesleyan. Titans down 14-11. No with a dribble drive, attacks the rim and scores and draws the foul.
Really strong move, great body control, definitely drew significant contact and still had the ability and strength to put it high off the glass and in for 2. Now a chance to complete an and 1 on the Titan end.
And Michael Pollock picked up the foul. He is a 6'3 junior from DeKalb. Sano with a 3-point shot. Now the conventional 3-point play. He gets that as well, and we're deadlocked again at 14. We have been tied at 6, at 8, at 11, and now 14. 8 minutes gone by in the first half as the offenses pick up for both teams. Raridan left side to Clausel. On the wing to Jones. Looks for post feed, swings it back out to Clausel. Holds the rock, looking, goes to the right side to Pollock. Pollock backs up, skips to the left side to Clausel, gets it down low to Raridan, good position. Now Bear forces him out, swings it out to Clausel, dribbles baseline at 2, at 1. Jones, good if it goes, no good on the 3. Bear with the defensive rebound for the Titans.
Really quality defensive possession there for the Titans. You can tell North Central knows where they want to go. They know where the bread gets buttered, and that's with Raridan late in the shot clock. The Titans did an excellent job of defending it.
Lambesis on the dribble drive in the left hand off the window for 2. And the Titans have their first lead of the night.
The Titans having success in the paint, both through penetration and post feeds here in the first half.
First basket for Pete, 16-14, Wesleyan on top. Claus on the left wing, guarded by Mitchell, right side to Raridan. Ball fake, works down low on Bear at the left elbow, swings it out to Claus, guarded by Mitchell. They force him to his left, has the help defender in Bear. Claus moves his way into the paint, circles around his man, scooped it up short. And Bear with the rebound, shovels it out to No. Titans attack left side to Lambesis, gliding in for the one-handed lay-in.
North Central forced to call the timeout. This is Titan basketball. If they can speed up the tempo and get North Central playing a transition game, it really favors the Titans.
30-second timeout as Illinois Wesleyan on a 7-0 spurt, taking an 18-14 lead with a 10:42 remaining in the first half.
Really some encouraging things here in the last couple minutes for the Titans as they're getting the ball to the rim. We know that Illinois Wesleyan can shoot. If they get some paint touches and some layups in transition or through the post, it really opens up perimeter shots in rhythm, and it could be a nightmare for North Central then to have to guard.
Other CCIW action tonight, a game that we are keeping close eye on this evening. Augustana leads Elmhurst 14-11. They're about 6 minutes into the first half there from Rock Island. Carroll leads Carthage 12-9, about midway through the first half. And North Park has a 19-8 lead over Milliken. About 8 minutes gone by in Decatur. Titan women are down by 6 late first quarter at North Park. As play resumes, Meredith back into the game at the right wing, flips it down low to Capoletti, and he got bumped as Bear was late in catching him underneath the basket and then got called for a bump.
Like to see Charlie Bear just wall up there and make Capoletti kind of make a shot from underneath the backboard, but he did reach in, showed some aggression, but maybe a lack of discipline there.
His first and the team's third foul. Titans up by 4. Raritan on the right side out to Meredith. Meredith guarded by Yoder on the cut, finds Jones, who wheels in and lays it in for 2.
2 backdoor cuts there that really hurt the Titans in that possession.
18-16, Titans up by a bucket. No on the left side, screen by Bear to the right. No with the dribble behind the back of the free throw line, looking, swings it out to Lambesis. Lambesis rolls to the left side to Yoder. Yoder attacks the rim, bulldozes his way inside, scoops and scores.
Great spacing there by the Titans. No help at all from North Central as they had to hug shooters on the weak side.
It's been like flipping a switch for the Titans offensively. After a ragged first 5 minutes, they have been much more fluid of late. Into the corner, Meredith has an open 3 and hits.
Good one more pass there coming from the top of the key to Meredith in the corner. The veteran Cardinals answer.
20-19, Titans by 1. Yoder on the right side, rolling off a screen, jacks up a 3, front rim no. Bear with a back tap right to the chest of Connor Raritan for North Central. 9:21 to go in the first half. Raritan rolls off a screen, one hands the ball into the corner to Chang, left side to Meredith. He'll jack up a 3, well contested, skims off the rim, back tap by Raritan, kept it alive for Jones. They're reset on the 20. Meredith left side, back to Raritan. Raritan stares down Wallen, floats into the corner when he overshot Jones. He was cutting to the basket and the ball thrown over his head.
Just a miscommunication there by the Cardinals. Jones thought it was the right read to cut to the basket. It actually may have been. I think that was the right read there. Raritan just misread it and thought he was going to stay in the corner.
Lambesis and Leyritz returned with Schumacher, Yoder, and Wallen on the floor.
Like to see the Titans show enough patience to get a chance to get the ball in the paint before shooting from the perimeter.
Schumacher, top of the key to Yoder. They've shot the ball well from 3. That gave them the good start, but they don't want to rely on that too much. And now they go back down low, finding him out. Leyritz with a turnaround.
Very nice post feed there from Doug Wall, and Leyritz with a nice move finishing with the left hand.
His first basket, Titans by 3, 22-19. Meredith to the right side, sweeps basketball against Yoder, moves baseline. Underneath the goal, got bottled up, had his pass batted back into his hands, and he lost it out of bounds.
Meredith complaining that he was fouled there, but he forced his way down underneath the basket and drew that trap. And when you're in a crowd, kind of all is fair down there, Eric. It gets pretty physical.
Now Meredith, perhaps in frustration, trying to take it away from Yoder in the backcourt as a one-man press. Gets called for the reach-in.
Yeah, now Meredith drawing a warning from the official there as he said something as he exited the floor. So definitely showing frustration. And the Titans can take advantage here and extend this lead beyond one possession. Playing from in front is so important both to this young Titan team, but also just to control the tempo of this game.
Yeah, Meredith comes out of the game. That's his second foul as Mike Pollock returns for the Cardinals. Titans up by 1. Schumacher with the drive, the kick out. Lambesis buries a 3 from the left wing.
Very nice penetration from Schumacher into the paint. The nice kick out. Very nice play there for the Titans.
25-19, the Titans have the lead with 8 minutes to go in the first half. Raritan out on top to Pollock. Raritan kind of hedging his way inside, pulls up in the paint, no good. Wallen has the rebound.
Great defense there by Yoder, forcing the tough fadeaway from Raritan.
Now to Yoder, crossing over to the paint, wheeling baseline, throws it up, no good, tipped out of bounds. Last touched by Raritan. It'll still be Titan ball as Corey No returns for Lambesis.
I really like the penetration that the Titans are getting deep into the paint, either to finish at the rim or then to kick out. If the Illinois Wesleyan shooters have their feet set and shoulders square to the rim, they're going to always shoot a very high percentage.
Bill Clausel returning for the Cardinals, and they're going to try to get Capoletti back in. Actually, no, he's going to go get some treatment as he moves past the Titan bench. Yoder with the top going to Corey No inside of Leyritz. Turns on his man, Clausel down deep. Boy, he's very close to a 3 count, and he's called for a travel once he left the paint.
I like what the Titans were doing there, especially with Capoletti out of the game, attacking the North Central interior. But that, again, that possession just got a little sticky The ball kind of hung in the post too long.
25-19, Titans by half dozen. Left side, it is Pollock. Overhead pass into the corner to Hellwig. Hellwig against the man-to-man, pops it out to Pollock. Thought about the shot, passed it off at the last minute, finding Chang. Now on the wing to Clausel. Against the man, Pollock fading at a tough three. Shot it long, high into the air. And Wallen pulls down the rebound.
It was an impressive rebound there by Wallen, and also 2 impressive perimeter contests there on defense by Corey No. Really solid perimeter D.
Wallen with a spin move down deep but couldn't finish. Rebound to Raritan for the Cardinals. 7 minutes to go in the half. Raritan tried to sneak a backdoor pass, and it was broken up by No. Wallen recovers. Lead pass to Laritz. Parks it on the wing, and they'll reset with Yoder. Deep on the left. Cardinals in the man. Schumacher right side. Moving into the paint. Pulls up. 8-footer rattles home.
Great penetration. Deep into the paint again. Coach Raritan not liking what he's seeing right now as Wesleyan is controlling both the tempo but also getting deeper shot attempts with a lot of points coming in the paint.
Cardinals trail 27-19 as Coach Raritan calls time. Back in a moment on Classic Rock 98.3 WEXG, Rock in the Heartland. Titans are on a 16-5 run as they open up an 8-point lead, 27-19, with 6:32 to go in the first half. And the Titans have certainly smoothed out some rough edges on the offensive end early in the game. They've had a lot of good looks of late.
Yeah, I mean, 27 points in the first 13 and a half minutes of the first half is really impressive. But, Eric, when you figure how slowly the offense got started, it's really been an impressive run the Titans have been on. But as we talked about in the pregame, 40 minutes. And so I know that Coach Rose absolutely preached in that timeout. Finish this half strong, and let's keep this momentum going.
Connor Raritan will inbound for the Cardinals as they go length of the floor, and Raritan will bring it up as sort of the point forward for North Central. Unloads to Chang, hands off to Pollock. Right side to Raritan, guarded by Bear on the perimeter. Unloads to Pollock once again, sneaks the ball down low to Clausel, just right of the elbow. Looking, moves to the left, gives off to Pollock, passer to the post, to Raritan, slip past Bear, double clutches in, scores against the help defender, and Matt Laritz, who picked up the foul.
After the timeout there, the Coach Raritan dialing up his son's number, getting the ball to him deep in the post. If he gets you up in the air, it's almost consistently going to be a trip to the free throw line. So you really have to stay down. You're better off making him finish over the top than really jumping and trying to block a shot. He's so crafty and so veteran, the fifth-year senior, going to the line, trying to complete the and one.
He's an 85% free throw shooter, fourth best in the conference, one of many areas in which he excels. He has 4 points already tonight, but long on that free throw, and Yoder gets it off the carom. Lead pass goes to No in stride. Hits a three from the left wing.
That is something the Titans work on in practice, the transition pitch ahead three, getting your feet set and letting it fly. The Titans executing something they work on daily.
Corey No with 9. The lead is 9, 30-21. Left side to Clausel, holds the basketball, swings it out to Hellwig. On the right side to Chang, he reverses to Clausel, dribbles the baseline, Laritz hemmed him in, and he just picked up his second foul in a matter of moments.
Yeah, that's a tough call. Laritz showing his hands, but he did body him. But that call could have maybe not been made, and he was really forcing his way in a tightrope at the sideline there. Tough call against the Titans.
So the Titans already a little short-handed with a Bear unable to go full strength, but still playing. Cody Mitchell now in. The inbound goes on the baseline to Pollock, back out to Hellwig. Right side to Clausel. Titans up 30-21. Clausel, left side, Hellwig, baseline, Raritan with a ball fake as he got Bear off the ground. Kicks it into the corner. Pollock buries a three.
Actually, if you're the Titans, you really want to make Raritan finish that inside. I know it goes against reason, but he's so good at kicking out. Those are high percentage threes.
Yeah, Pollock is one of the best three-point shooters in the conference. Knocks down his first tonight, 30-24. Wesleyan on top. No, dials up another three. That one rattles out. Pollock has the rebound for the Cardinals. Motors into the front court, spots Raritan, fakes a three, moves to the free throw line. He got bumped by Charlie Bear. And it looks like he could be going back to the free throw line if they call that a shooting foul. I guess they won't. It was after the fake. But that will be the second on Charlie Bear. And Matt Laritz, who got a breather because of foul trouble about 40 seconds ago, has to come back in.
Yeah, and I think more importantly, the Titans are getting Doug Wallen back in. Wallen is definitely the best matchup for Connor Raritan tonight. He's done an exceptional job. You're asking a lot of Charlie Bear to keep up with Connor Raritan.
And the steal coming from Schumacher out near midcourt, and he goes uncontested for two.
Connor with a lazy pass there. Schumacher taking advantage. Those kinds of baskets are huge.
Yeah, lazy passes toward the other team's basket is certainly ill-advised, and you don't typically see that from the fifth-year senior in Raritan, as Pollock got bottled up by No and Yoder. They were close to a 5 count, but they end up with the foul, and this will send Pollock to the line for a 1 and bonus.
The Titans have done a nice job of disrupting a lot of what North Central wants to do on the offensive end, but they're just, again, overly aggressive. Had a trap really about 27 feet away from the basket. You don't want to reach there and bail the guy out.
So Corey No picks up his second foul. Pollock well short of the free throw. North Central, the best free throw shooting team in the conference. They're 0 for 3 tonight. Titans lead by 8. Schumacher rolls off a screen. Foul line. Jay buries it.
Tough shot there from Schumacher. He rises up over the defender, knocks down the 15-foot jumper, extending this lead to double digits.
34-24 with a 4:16 to go as Raritan moves his way inside. Scooped it up. No good. Wallen rebounds. Now the other way the Titans go. Yoder right wing. Parks it there into the corner to Lambesis. Feeds the post to Laritz. As he fronts his man, swings it on to Wallen. Wallen down low for Laritz, and Clausel reaching over his back. He got the reach-in foul on the post feed.
Love the post feeds, getting that inside out going for the Titans. I also love what the Titans did defensively on that last possession. It seems maybe kind of contradictory, but Raritan driving to the basket. The Titans did not overhelp. Made Raritan try to go up with his left hand for a tough finish, and he couldn't convert.
First foul on Clausel, 15 foul on the Cardinals. As the inbound comes to Laritz on the wing, gives off to Yoder. Under 4 minutes till halftime. Yoder wheels left, swings it out to Lambesis. Chest pass right side, Wallen. Shovels off to Schumacher. Dribbles baseline, fading at a tough three. Back rimmed it. Chased down weak side by Hellwig for North Central. Hellwig the other way. Spots Capoletti. Ball fake on the wing, and he travels with a quick step around Laritz. Whistled for the traveling violation.
Eric, you mentioned they're making that travel call pretty tight tonight. That's the third of the half, and that one was, again, pretty questionable. That was pretty close. Schumacher with a really tough three, as you mentioned. He had drawn the double team. I think he actually had Wallen rolling to the basket. Would have liked to see him dump that one off.
Titans up by 10. Wallen gives off to Lambesis. Right side to Yoder. Off the pick. Top of the key. Now to Schumacher. He shovels his way down low. Tough shot. Flipped it up toward the rim. Came up short. Capoletti with the rebound. Capoletti charging into the front court. Chang to Pollock. Back to Chang. He'll drive. Has a seam. Goes glass for two. And drew the foul as Schumacher blew past him and got enough of the body on the jump shot. And that's his first foul. 3-point opportunity for Aiden Chang.
You know, Eric, about 45 seconds ago, Connor Raritan checked out of the game. The Titans have a 10-point lead. They've gotten 2 stops since then and had possession, haven't been able to convert. Titans need to be a little bit more patient, get some ball reversals, get those paint touches we talked about earlier.
Chang's 3-point play shaves the lead to 7, 34-27. Yoder on the left wing against the man. Down low to Wallen, stares down Clausel, takes him down deep, had it poked away, and it goes off of Wallen's knee out of bounds.
Still a good possession there for the Titans. I know it ends in a turnover, but they got the post feed they wanted. Clausel just with the veteran crafty move, reaching around, knocking that ball off of Wallen's knee. But I like Wallen's chances on that block more times than not.
Under 3 minutes till the break. Titans lead 34-27 against the CCIW co-leaders. Top of the key 3 for Pollock. Rips cord and the lead down to 4. And Ron Rose wants a timeout. A mini 6-0 run with Connor Raritan on the bench.
Yeah, that's a killer. Veteran teams have different guys step up, and Illinois Wesleyan, again, just offensively, Eric, we talked about how crisp they had been for about 6 to 7 minutes. The last 2 to 3 minutes, the North Central defense has stepped up. Wesleyan taking some quick shots, and North Central executing on their end.
We'll take a quick break. Back in a moment on Classic Rock 98.3 WBXG, Rock in the Heartland. Michael Pollock with his second three-point shot in the first half has 6 points as they've gone on a run to cut the Titan lead to 34-30 in what started like a defensive struggle, but it has been anything but here in the last few moments.
Yeah, with two offensive juggernauts like these teams can be, you knew that scoring was going to break out eventually. Titans really had a chance to kind of extend this lead and just kind of let that slip away. And all of this done with Raritan on the bench, which is both discouraging for the Titans, and but also, I'll tell you what, still a chance here to close out in the last 2 minutes and 40 seconds to get that lead back extended. The Titans playing from in front, which is so important, especially here at home.
Leyritz gets the ball down deep with a jump hook in the paint just outside the half circle. He buries it.
Titans come out of the timeout, immediately feed the post, get a good low post score. Big play. You see the Titans have a lot of success after timeouts. That's a credit to Coach Rose.
Cardinals still playing without Connor Raritan, so it looks like they may go the rest of the half with number 32 on the bench. They liked what they saw a few moments ago. Now Hellwig raises a 3 and knocks it down as they heat up from deep and the lead down to 3.
North Central also extending some pressure here, kind of in the full court, and it results in a kind of a silly foul.
Yeah, that'll go against Pollock as he pressured Yoder out near midcourt. Pollock picks up his second foul in the team's 6th with the 2:01 to go. No returns for Lambesis.
No coming in for Lambesis because Lambesis' matchup is who made that 3 there in the last trip. Lambesis just over helping. It's something we've talked about a lot here in the first half.
So no to inbound to Yoder. Titans up by 3. Left side, Wallen goes back to Yoder, looks for a post feed, and Clausel was fronting Leyritz and sort of shoved him out of the way, picked up the foul, and that will send Leyritz to the line for a 1 and bonus.
Sometimes you love to hear the officials whistle. That play was not developing well for the Titans.
Yeah.
That lob pass was floating more toward North Central than anybody in white, so very fortunate to hear the officials whistle there, and Leyritz with the chance to extend this lead as Raritan has checked back into the game for the closing 2 minutes.
Kind of reminds me of the pass interference rule, the uncatchable ball, but I guess it doesn't matter in basketball. Clausel's second foul, Leyritz sinks the first of a 1 and bonus. As much as Leyritz has developed his offensive game this year, he's still been inconsistent at the line, just 36% coming in. But we suspect that number will improve as he gets some more attempts, and he looked good on both those attempts there.
After knocking down the second one, Alex O'Neill checking in for the Titans. This is a big closing 2 minutes for Illinois Wesleyan, hoping to go into the half with some momentum.
The senior from Peoria Christian is at the 5 spot with 1:49 to go till the break. Titans up by a handful. On the right side, it's Hellwig. Close D by Lambesis. Baseline for Raritan as he returns. Backing down on the wall and looking. His pass tipped and stolen. Nice recovery by Yoder to himself, and he lays it in.
Really nice defense, and I can't say enough, Eric. Connor Raritan with 3 or 4 really costly turnovers here in this first half that have led directly to Illinois Wesleyan baskets.
He has struggled a bit in that regard. 40-33, Titans up, and Jones stepped on the baseline for the Cardinals just as he was about to unload the basketball.
Big defense. Coach Raridan taking his son back out of the game. This is a developing storyline here as North Central made a run with Raridan on the bench. He comes back in, has a turnover, and now returns to the bench. So rarity for North Central.
Yeah, at first we thought they were managing his workload, but that might not be it. He's just having an off night so far, but you worry about that in the second half. Titans by 7. Lambesis on the dribble drive. Gets it inside to Yoder. Back out to Schumacher, stumbles but maintains the dribble, unloads in time, under a minute. Yoder right wing to O'Neal, back to Yoder, heaves a three, well contested, no good, and Hellwig runs down the miss for the Cardinals.
Tough shot, not great spacing there. Illinois Wesleyan not getting any ball reversals to really soften up that North Central D.
Chang in the right wing, shuffles the baseline, guarded by Schumacher. Titans by 7. It's Jones deep on the right wing to Capoletti, moves in on O'Neal, a bump, and Alex O'Neal picks up the foul. Cardinals are in the 1-1.
Part of what makes North Central so hard to guard is they just have a lot of guys that can put the ball on the floor. I mean, even their big guys space the floor well, put the ball on the hardwood and drive. And if you're a big man like Alex O'Neal, sometimes it's tough to move laterally, and they took advantage of O'Neal's lateral speed or lack thereof in that possession.
Capoletti, a 70% free throw shooter, makes the first. He has 5 points. No will come in for Lambesis with 36.8 seconds to go until the break.
And that's key. That's another reason you hate that foul. It stops the clock with 37 seconds. Otherwise, North Central's possession is probably going to take till about the 30-second mark, and Wesleyan can hold for the last shot of the half. Now North Central will most likely get one more attempt.
Yeah, so they get the 2 for 1, but the second free throw misfires, and Wallen comes down with a miss, and the Titans bring it up, leading 40-34. As Yoder taps his head with his offhand as he dribbles with the right and looks to the sidelines, gets instructions from Coach Rose, and they spread the floor with Wallen, No, Schumacher, and O'Neal.
And Eric, that head tap has been a signal since I was an assistant. That means the Titans are going to be patient, run it down to the end of the shot clock, and try to make the last shot of the half.
Schumacher on the drive, pulling up at the free throw line, and it hits off the back iron and softly drops through. 4 seconds, 3 seconds, Hellwig with a 3. Good if it goes, off the back rim, no good. And that brings us to the end of the first half. Illinois Wesleyan with a strong first 20. We'll see if they can make it a full 40 as they lead North Central 42-34 at the break.
Really a great close to the half for Illinois Wesleyan. They had extended the lead to 10 at 34-24. North Central answers with a 7-0 run to cut the lead to 3. And the Titans respond and extend that lead back to 8 here at the half. Some definite momentum heading in to the locker room.
We will take a halftime break. We will return to check in with Bob Quillman from IWHoops.com. We'll also take a look at the first half stats and a scoreboard update as well. 42-34, Illinois Wesleyan leads North Central here at Shirk Center. Back in 2 minutes. This is Illinois Wesleyan Titan basketball on Classic Rock 98.3 WBXG, Rock in the Heartland.
Your first entertainment for the halftime will be a group of 8th grade chicks basketball players.
And welcome back to Denny Bridges Court at Shirk Center here at Illinois Wesleyan. The Titans lead the North Central Cardinals 42-34 at the break. Eric Stock here along with Dave Feeney. Nathan Schertz is in studio tonight, and we're joined by Bob Quillman from IWHoops.com joining us via Skype tonight. And Q, I guess if you remove the first couple of minutes where the Titans were a little shaky in the offensive end, would you say the last 15 minutes would rank among the best halves you've seen from the Titans so far this season?
Yeah, no question. To shoot 55% from the field against North Central, a great defensive team, to only have, 5 turnovers in that first half, I think that was a really good showing for those final, 16 minutes or so, Eric. I agree.
As we reach the halfway point in the conference race, the Titans are basically at a logjam with Augustana and Wheaton at the 3 and 4 spots. They're a half game behind them, still with 3 losses. What's realistic for the Titans in the second half of the season with with Elmhurst and North Central at the top, both one-loss teams?
Well, I think, Eric, the key is kind of the remaining schedules. You know, if you look at the leaders, North Central and Elmhurst, they still have many difficult games to go, including the games happening right now. So North Central is at the Shirk Center as we speak, and Elmhurst is in Rock Island. And if you look at where the schedule goes, I think the standings are actually a lot tighter than they appear to be right now. The Titans, I think, are in pretty good shape, but they've got to hold serve at home. You have to win this game against North Central. You've got to be able to beat Elmhurst at the Shirk Center, and then you've got to be tough on the road in those remaining games. So this is a long way from over, and I think the Titans are closer to the top than it feels like.
Yeah, and they don't have to go to Augustana. They already won at Augie back in December, but they will have to go to Wheaton, and they did not look particularly good against the Thunder when they played earlier this year. By the way, Augustana leads Elmhurst 39-38 in the final seconds of the first half, so we could see things close quite a bit if these two scores hold up for another half.
Yeah, no question. If you're a Titan fan right now, I think the whole league is in the strange position to be rooting for Augustana tonight. And so you're rooting for Elmhurst to lose and you're rooting for North Central to lose. And if that happens, the CCIW race becomes just a complete mess when you look at the standings in the morning. So long way to go, 20 minutes in Bloomington and Rock Island. But it could be a real interesting standings tomorrow.
Yeah, no question, as the Titans prepare for Carroll here on Saturday. Now, as one of the pollsters for the D3Hoops.com poll, you post yours on social media so we can all see how you vote. That's now in vogue. So we see you have Elmhurst at number 2 in the country, North Central at number 5, the only team that Elmhurst has lost to this year, and Augustana also in at number 25. So I know you've seen the CCIW all season, and you know how good this league is. Augustana, by the way, is not in the top 25 overall, but give us your insights into how you have CCIW teams so highly ranked.
Yeah, I think Elmhurst and North Central is close. To me, that's very tight, and North Central did win at Elmhurst. But I think over the course of the whole season, I would give the slight edge to Elmhurst, and I think they're one of the elite teams in Division III. I also think North Central is one of the elite teams in Division III. I've got them in the top 5 as well, and I tried to get a third CCIW team in there because I believe the league always has at least 3 top 25 teams. I thought Augie was the best fit. I slotted them in at number 25. This is a year, Eric, with tremendous parity. If you look at Swarthmore, the undisputed number 1 right now, you know, if you put Swarthmore and North Central on a neutral court, I think that's probably about a pick-em game. So this is a year with a lot of very even basketball teams.
Well, I guess it's your sense that the league gets punished because they're beating each other up all season long, and they're taking more losses as a result of that hurts them in the overall standings.
No question. There's only 20 at-large bids out there, and you've got some leagues where the top teams simply don't have many games they can lose. So if you look at Swarthmore's league, there's another really good team in that league without question, and Johns Hopkins. But after that, there aren't too many teams that are going to give them a shot night in and night out. There's several leagues like that. In the CCIW, almost every night out, there's a really close game. And so the CCIW, the way it is every year, it really hurts the league because there's so much parity and so many close contests.
And, of course, only one team gets the automatic bid into the tournament. As we look at Pool C, looking at North Central coming in with a 15-3 record tonight, if they stumble tonight and take a couple more losses, how close are they to being on the bubble? In other words, how significant is this game for them tonight for their Pool C portfolio?
I think the game tonight is okay for them if they were to drop it, because they're improving their strength of schedule this evening, even if they were to fall. But they can't lose too many more. The whole league can say that. Elmhurst is in really good shape. They've only lost one game. But outside of Elmhurst, the rest of the league is really in a lot of trouble when you look at the at-large process. And North Central, because they dropped some of those early games, they're not in a very comfortable position at all.
You mentioned the rest of the league, and can you speak to the Titans in particular with their Pool C hopes?
Yeah, I think, Dave, the Titans are still in it, but it would definitely require having wins over North Central in this ball game that we're watching right now, and at home against Elmhurst, and you probably could only lose one other one, I would say, before losing in the conference tournament. I think that's realistically the path at this point. And it's because of that game in Texas that Eric and I broadcast. Losing the game in Texas to Concordia really hurt, and as well as the home game against Calvin. So there's just been too much inconsistency, and the Titans are in a little bit of trouble there.
Yeah, the Texas trip was a rough one. About 85 fouls called in that game. But North Central played in that same style, and they managed to eke out a couple of victories against the same teams that the Titans played. Q, we appreciate the time as always, and we'll talk to you next week.
All right, guys. Enjoying listening to you. Thank you.
All right, you bet. That's Bob Quillman from IWHoops.com, our guest here at halftime, as the Titans lead 42-34 at the intermission. And we will take a 2-minute timeout. We'll look at the first half stats and get you set for half number 2. This is Illinois Wesleyan Titan basketball on Classic Rock 98.3 WBXG, Rock of the Heartland. Welcome back to Shark Center here at Illinois Wesleyan. Eric Stock with Dave Feeney as the Titans lead North Central 42-34. If you're making your way to Shirk Center tonight, you still have time to get to the second half. You can pick up a shirt, a black shirt that says Illinois Wesleyan Titans on the front, and it is for the cancer awareness that they will be doing on Saturday for a fundraiser for the Community Cancer Center in Normal. It is a $10 shirt. They want to have everyone wearing black on Saturday, and you can also get a dry fit shirt for $20, and proceeds will benefit the Community Cancer Center in Normal. That'll be for the Titans doubleheader against Carroll on Saturday. The women play at 2, the men play at 4. Both those games will come your way here on WBXG. Looking at the first half stats, with the Titans up 42-34, balanced offense so far. Corey No, not 9 points off of the bench, 8 from Keandre Schumacher, 7 each from Pete Lambesis and Luke Yoder, and 5 points from Doug Wallen. Charlie Bear hasn't scored but picked up 3 rebounds, and Cody Mitchell and Alex O'Neill have yet to score, but the Titans certainly getting a big boost from the bench here in the first half with No and Leyritz in particular, Dave.
Yeah, for sure, and good things happened in that first half when the ball touched the paint, either through perimeter penetration or through post feeds. Titans need to continue that, and that is definitely a strength of Corey No, is driving that basketball into the paint.
Well, a number that stands out for the Titans, Keandre Schumacher was plus 11 while he was on the floor while scoring his 8 points. Titans shot 55% from the floor, 17 of 31, and 5 of 11 from 3 for 45%, 3 for 3 at the line. Cardinals shot 52%, 13 of 25, and 6 of 13 from 3 at 46%, just 2 for 6 at the line. They've had balance themselves. Mike Pollock, 6 off of the bench. Matt Capoletti with 5, Matt Helwig 5, Aaron Jones 5, Connor Raridan 4, with Aiden Chang, Blaze Meredith, and Will Clausel all with 3. But the big number that stands out, Connor Raridan, 4 points, 6 rebounds, and 4 assists. But you pointed this out on the stat sheet. He is minus 14, which means the Cardinals have been outscored by 14 points with him on the floor. Not what you would expect to see from the Player of the Year candidate.
Not at all, and as encouraging as that might be for the first half, it also kind of terrifies you, because Raridan has a way of being an extreme competitor, and you know that his dad laid into him at halftime, especially about the 4 turnovers that Connor had. He's only got 37 turnovers in 18 games. He has had 4.5. So I have a feeling he'll come out with a renewed sense of urgency.
Meredith with the ball fake, top of the key, glides in and scores for the first points of the half. Meredith has 5.
Oh no, Wesleyan really needs to stay down on defense. Don't worry about the ball fake. Stay down, just contest and block out.
42-36. Yoder looked to reverse with the left hand out, blocked by Meredith and recovered by Connor Raridan.
Meredith sat a lot of the end there of the first half with 2 fouls, immediately making his presence known on both ends of the floor with a quick bucket and a block.
Helwig on the right side, dribbles to the top, left side to Capoletti, steers the ball into the corner to Chang. Around the horn it goes to Helwig, shovels into the corner to Capoletti. Capoletti moves left off a pick, wheels in. Tough shot, tried to scoop it up with the left hand, and it was challenged by Charlie Bear, and he's just picked up his 3rd foul. Or no, they're going to call it on Yoder. That's his first, and that's a break.
That's a huge break for the Titans. I really thought that foul was on Bear. The fact that they gave that to Yoder keeps Bear on the floor. Capoletti is such a tough matchup for so many post players. Really reminds me, Titan fans remember Victor Davis, Andrew Zimnick, who weren't the biggest guys, but they could exploit big guys both on the perimeter and yet were strong enough inside. Capoletti does the same thing.
Capoletti makes the first of 2 free throws. Other numbers in the half, the Titans were out rebounding the Cardinals by 1, 15-14. Titans had 5 turnovers and 10 by the Cardinals. That certainly was their undoing. Capoletti makes both free throws, and just like that, they're within 4.
Yeah, any momentum the Titans had heading into the half, North Central has kind of seized back here to start the second half. Titans need an answer.
Down low, it's Bear, 1-on-1. A bump from Capoletti. Skip pass into the corner. Wallen for 3. Airballed it. Weak side rebound by Capoletti.
Still a good offensive possession there for the Titans. Got the ball into the post. A quick fan pass to the other side. And 1 more.
Helwig goes inside to Raridan for 2. And Raritan's bucket makes it a 2-point game. And now a timeout called by Coach Rose with 18:21 to play. Indeed, North Central has wrestled the momentum back into their corner. The lead down to 2, and we come to a timeout. Back in a moment on Classic Rock 98.3, WBXG, Rock of the Heartland. In other CCIW play, we mentioned at halftime the significance of the Augustana-Elmhurst game. They are deadlocked at 41 at the intermission there. Early second half in Kenosha, Carthage leads Carroll 35-32. And halftime in Decatur, North Park romping over Milliken 37-19. And in women's play, the Titans trailed North Park at the break 43-31. Here, the Cardinals have opened up the half on a 6-0 spurt. To cut the lead to 2 as Lambesis inbounds with a wall into Schumacher, Yoder, and Bear on the floor.
Titans needed good possession. They had a lot of success after timeouts in the first half, hoping for a similar result here.
They set up a screen for Schumacher, but he's covered it. He tried to plug it ahead to Bear, and it was broken up by Chang out of bounds. It'll still be Titan ball. The officials look to make sure, but it did go off Chang, and Lambesis will inbound in front of the Titan bench. Shot clock at 16.
Illinois Wesleyan came out and ran a flare screen for Keandre to come off and hopefully have an open 3. Nothing there, well defended by the Cardinals.
Wallen gives to Schumacher, who dribbles baseline and scores.
Good left-handed drive. Chang was kind of limping around after that dead ball. I think he maybe knocked somebody knee to knee. Schumacher immediately attacked him. I think Keandre saw the same thing I did, and that was a gimpy defender.
Schumacher first player in double figures tonight, 44-40, Titans lead. Capoletti with an offensive foul as he bowls over Doug Wallen on the baseline and picks up his first.
Doug Wallen does such a nice job defensively. Not only is he guarding an incredibly tough matchup in Connor Raritan, but he slides over to help there as Capoletti drives and takes the charge.
44-40, Titans on top as Yoder brings it up, guarded by Meredith. Chest pass left side to Lambesis on the cut, finds Schumacher, spins now to Yoder, inside to Bear. Bear draws the double, tees it up to Wallen for 3. That's long, and Bear will be called for loose ball foul, reaching over the back of Capoletti, trying to back tap it as he does so well, but Charlie picks up his 3rd foul, and he'll come out of the game early here in the second half.
Yeah, tough break there for the Titans. Really had no impact on the play as North Central secured the ball anyway. Charlie has to realize when he can go for that and when he has to be a little bit more disciplined.
Connor Raritan brings it up for the Cardinals. They come in with just 1 loss in league play, winners of 11 straight, going back to early December. Chang hedging toward the baseline, carries it back out. Titans up by 4, floats it over to Meredith, stares down Yoder, jab step, high dribble, stripped by Yoder. Meredith gets it back, stays with it, and hits the baseline jumper.
Meredith immediately turns and looks right at Yoder, talking some trash here. This is getting intense.
He was verbally jousting with Yoder earlier when he left after picking up his 2nd foul. Lead down to 2. Laritz leans in on Capoletti and draws the foul. It looks like Capoletti has picked up his 2nd personal and the team's 2nd.
Layritz taking a page out of Capoletti's book there. The patient turn, shot fake, lean in. Kind of a veteran move there. Very nice play.
Yoder to inbound on the baseline. Titans up 44-42. Yoder in play to Lambesis. He'll carry it out to Schumacher deep on the right wing. Now to Yoder. Yoder with a couple of bounces. Swings the left side to Schumacher. Schumacher on the wing to Wallen. Flips it down low to Layritz. Tough catch. Able to pull the string and get it back in. Swings it back out to Yoder. Yoder to the right, moves it on Meredith, goes charging into him, hits the basket. It won't count. There was a foul before the shot, though, on Meredith. And that's still significant, That'll be his third foul, but it won't count, to the chagrin of the Titan faithful.
No, while they're unhappy with that, they're also relieved that it was called a block. That was a very close call, and the Titans got the benefit of that one. I do think it was the correct call, but it was close. Coach Raridan, of course, pointing at his end because they had a player just called for a charge minutes ago.
Leyritz gets it off the inbound and had to spin as he was double-teamed to put up a tough shot and missed it. Raridan the rebound. Back the other way to Campbelletti.
Like to see him kick that back out. If you're getting doubled, that means somebody's open.
Merritt to the right wing. Shuffles to the baseline, retreats, now to Raridan, 1-on-1.
You see how he just takes his time, and it's a slow and kind of painful death and when Raridan gets the ball down low.
A three-pointer on the wing for Campbelletti, and the Cardinals have the lead for the first time since early in the first half, 45-44.
Sorry, Eric, but he just goes so slow down there. He just dares you to double, and when you do, he kicks it out, and you just feel it coming.
Now it's Yoder on the left wing off a screen by Wallen. He attacks the rim, moves in with a left-hand dribble, swings it out to Leyritz, hands back to Yoder. Yoder attacks with the offhand that he was clearly pushing. Got away with it the first time, but got it the second time as Raridan was in his jersey, and Luke Yoder picks up his second foul.
Eric, what did we say? We were a little concerned about that minus 14 differential. Raridan definitely exerting some will here on both ends. Also, what a versatile player. Played most of the first half in the post. Now he's bringing the ball up the floor as the point guard.
Into the corner three by Chang. No good as he falls to the floor. And the rebound wrestled away by Leyritz. Titans down by 1. 5 minutes gone by in the half. Right side Schumacher for three, and he buries it.
That's an elite D3 shooter right there. You don't see a lot of guys that with that little separation can rise up and shoot. Big shot that the Titans needed.
13 for Key, and the Titans lead 47-45. On the right side, it's Raridan. He might have gotten away with a push. Pivots against Wallen. His pass tipped, but saved by Hellwig, and he throws it away. Wallen runs it down. He got tripped from behind. It was held from behind by Raridan, and that's the foul. I'm not sure if it was inadvertent or simply an attempt to prevent a breakaway. Either way, not a bad foul for Connor Raridan. He picks up his second foul.
No, if you're a Titan, you almost wish the official would let that go unless it was absolutely going to stop the play, especially that being Raridan's second. If it's his third or fourth, you absolutely want that call.
Well, darn near did because he grabbed his left hand, and it could have led to a turnover, and that's the second on Raridan. And the team's fourth. Titans go back to work. Right side to No off his screen. Bobs his way inside, back out to Bear. Overhead pass left side for Yoder. Yoder looks for a post feed, nothing there. Swings it back out to Schumacher. Swings it down low to Leyritz, and he gets grabbed from behind by Raridan. Well, now it matters as Connor picks up his third.
Coach Raridan really upset with that call. It did seem a little ticky-tack, but the Titans doing a great job of getting that ball back inside. That has changed things. You think about North Central's 6-0 run to start the half. It was all layups and free throws. Whoever gets good inside shots seizes the momentum.
No for three off the inbound. It spins out, but off the deflection, Leyritz gets it back and had it punched away off the dribble, and Hellwig grabs it for North Central.
Leyritz, a great offensive rebound. You can't put the ball down on the floor in a crowd.
The kick out to Meredith. He wheels in and shovels it off and throws it away. The steal for Yoder. 4-on-2 to Schumacher for two.
Great pass by Yoder. Great explosion by Keandre Schumacher in transition. The Titans definitely have the advantage when they get out and run.
15 for Schumacher, and the Titans lead 49-45 as the crowd comes to its feet. Now it's Hellwig on the right side, and we'll have a whistle away for the ball against Illinois Wesleyan. And this one's going to be on Charlie Bear, and that is his fourth at the 13:58 mark of the second half.
Connor Raridan's a really tough matchup for Bear. Titans were hoping to buy a minute or two for Doug Wallen to get a breather. Ended up just being a few seconds as Wallen is back in.
As the inbound comes from Raridan on the baseline, launches it into the backcourt, and Chang will get it on the one hop at the other free throw line and bring it back up. They have 20 seconds off the foul. Now it's Hellwig off of the handoff, now to Meredith on the right side, guarded by No. Crosses over, jump step into the paint, leans in, no basket, and waved off on a travel called against Blaze Meredith.
Like to see the Titans make Meredith go left. I think he's very effective going to his right hand. He definitely traveled there. He took that extra step. Big stop there for the Titans. You see a difference there just in tempo. When the Titans can play at a pace, man, it favors them both offensively and defensively. North Central likes to slow it down and really grind out possessions.
Titans lead by 4. They've been ahead by as many as 10 in this game. Trailed briefly a few moments ago. Now we're going to have a foul and a moving pick set by Matt Laritz. And that's going to be his third. They got to be careful about their fouls against their bigs.
Yeah, the front line of the Titans a little thin, and it's getting thinner as we speak here with foul trouble. Sometimes the Titan guards are too quick for their own good. The big guy just couldn't get his feet set before the guards came off the screen.
Titans lead 49-45. Meredith on the left side. Gets it down low to Raritan on the clear out against Wallen. Backs down a arm bar for Wallen at the back of Raritan. Will prompt the whistle, and that is his first foul, and that's the team's 6th. There's going to be a lot of free throws in the last 13-20 of this game.
Yeah, that's the same ticky-tack foul they made at this end against Raritan. Now he gets that call. The officials are going to have to let some of that go, otherwise these players are going to just have a field day catching kind of that awkward yo-yo post area between the block and the three-point line. You have to let guys, battle there a little bit.
Well, these are the 2 top free throw shooting teams in the conference, though they've not had a lot of action there tonight. 7 of the shot clock, pass down low to Raritan, who collides with Schumacher. Didn't see him. The blindside hit Schumacher, the help defender, on the left baseline, but the foul is going to go against, it will be on Schumacher. That is his 2nd and the team's 7th. Already in the bonus with 13:06 left in regulation.
And that's a killer, both because Raritan is so deadly from the line and because the North Central team is, as you mentioned earlier, leading the conference at 78% free throw shooting.
But just 4 for 8 so far tonight, and Raritan makes the first of a 1 in bonus, and Aiden Chang returns replacing Meredith.
North Central does such a good job of putting Raritan in space, kind of on an island where you really have to commit to the help to get there. Otherwise, he's one-on-one. He's such a tough matchup.
Second free throw rims off, and the Titans are able to claim it. It's Laritz. Connor 1 for 3 at the line tonight. Titans lead by 3. 13 minutes to go. Yoder all the way to the basket for 2.
That's a really impressive take by the freshman guard out of Bloomington Central Catholic, extending that lead to 5. Raritan with the rare missed free throw. Yoder immediately scoring in transition.
Yoder with 9 points. Titans by 5. 51-46. Jones, the left side, kicks it over the wing to Chang. To the elbow. Back out to Hellwig. Handed his face by Yoder. Hellwig backs down the leaner. Short rebound. Laritz. No, it goes to Hellwig. He was able to take it back and power it up for 2.
That is a killer. Wesleyan got the shot that they wanted, just did not finish the defensive possession by securing the rebound.
51-48, Titans on top. Left side, Schumacher, top of the key. Laritz steers right for No. No delivers left side to Wallen. Pulls up at the free throw line. No good. Clausen has the rebound for the Cardinals as they go left to right in this second half. Hellwig left side reverses to Jones. Jones with the jab step, shuffles the baseline, gets it out to Raritan on the wing. Raritan wheels baseline against Wallen. Awaits the double team, darts into the corner. Jones for 3, and it spins out. Rebound to Doug Wallen.
Great offense by North Central. They got a look that they wanted, but again, the Titans kind of picking and choosing who they want to have to shoot. Jones is the guy you want to have to take that shot.
Yoder to the baseline, back out to No as he directs traffic at the left side. Titans by 3. The clear out for Laritz. Draws the double. Under pressure and a foul by the help defender, and that's going to be on Raritan. And that is going to be his 4th foul and the team's 6th. So Raritan will have to check out with 11:36 to go, and the Titans up by 3. And we'll see how long Coach Raritan decides to keep his top player on the bench.
Yeah, it really looked like that foul was going to be given to Clausel. So there's been a couple of times that been surprised by the number that's been signaled by the official.
Schumacher missing off of the inbound, and a foul on the putback attempt by Laritz. That was blocked from behind. And we'll see who gets this one. That's going to be on Clausel. All right, beg your pardon, Matt Capoletti, his 3rd. So they have some foul difficulty too. Raritan 4, Capoletti 3 for the Titans. Bear has 4, Laritz has 3. And it's Leyritz at the line for two. The first one is up and good.
North Central, really the tempo right now with a lot of fouls kind of favors North Central. It's kind of their style, kind of muddying up the pace. The Titans like more of a free-flowing game, so hopefully Titans can play clean as freshman Cody Mitchell gets ready to check in, probably to alleviate some of that foul trouble you're talking about. Again, checking in for Doug Wallen, trying to give him a couple minutes while Connor Raridan's on the bench because Wallen is the best defensive matchup for Raridan.
2 free throws for Leyritz. He has 8 points, and the Titans lead 53-48. As Clausel brings it up, hands off to Jones at center circle, guarded by Schumacher in the man-to-man. Clausel will make that Jones, veers left, gives to Meredith, back to Jones. Jones pivots, needs help, finds Clausel on the wing, holds the basketball, lays down the dribble to the elbow, gives off to Pollock, left side for Meredith, strokes a long three off the back iron. No, they run to the rebound, recovered by Jones, and they're reset.
Great defensive possession for the Titans, but again, not securing that defensive rebound. Just a tough bounce long off the back of the iron on the Meredith three.
Jones for three off the pick, no good. Tipped by Capoletti and controlled by Cody Mitchell for the Titans. Wesleyan back the other way, up by 5, under 11 minutes to go. No, off a screen, looks, delivers to Leyritz. He'll stroke an 18-footer and hits.
Big shot there by Leyritz. This is key time right now. You know, in the first half with Raridan on the bench, North Central made a run, tightened the game. Right now, Coach Raridan taking a timeout because that last possession with Raridan on the bench, North Central did not look like they were in any kind of rhythm at all.
10 for Leyritz, and the Titans lead by 7, 55-48. We'll be back in a moment. This is Illinois Wesleyan Titan basketball on Classic Rock 98.3 WBXG, Rock in the Heartland. Here at Shirk Center, the Titans have a 7-point lead over North Central. Hope you can join us tomorrow night at Cheeks for our Titan Coaches Show. We'll hear from Coach Ron Rose and Maya Smith. Hopefully we'll be talking about a Titan victory, but there's still a lot of basketball left. 10-26 against the conference co-leaders.
Yeah, the ebbs and flows in the first 9.5 minutes of this half have been really fascinating. North Central with a strong start, actually coming all the way back from 8 down to take a short-lived lead. The Titans have responded, and again, with Connor Raridan on the bench, you'd really like the Titans to extend this lead because when he comes back in, there's about 5 or 6 minutes left. North Central just has a way of grinding it with their veteran squad and making it a final possession type of game.
Meredith into the corner against Clausel now, kicks it out to Jones. Jones off a pick, they double him, bounce it out to Clausel, wheels in right of the lane, bulldozes his way inside, and he scoops and scores.
Not good defense there by the Titans, giving up the layup. As Clausel able to drive all the way from the top of the key for the easy two. Again, I'd really like the Titans to help off of Jones more, make him be the guy that has to beat you.
Midway through the half, Titans lead 55-50. Leyritz, he'll stroke a three, and he hits it again. He takes a couple steps back where he hit the last jump shot, and Leyritz feeling it tonight with 13.
Eric, you make a great point. There's something to be said for a shooter getting to shoot from a similar spot. And he got to do that, and he finished with a big three.
Meredith with the drive and answering at the other end. He has 9, 58-52, Titans on top.
Back-to-back possessions where North Central's gotten all the way in for layups. Titan defense has to make them shoot the ball more from the perimeter.
Mitchell on the right side, it goes to No. Feeds the post for Leyritz. It didn't get there. In fact, he was never touched. Leyritz was unable to untangle himself from Will Clausel down to the post, and it went out of bounds.
Untangle is a great description. You saw Leyritz immediately turn to the official and complain that he was being held. Clausel with kind of a crafty defensive move there to keep Leyritz's weight kind of back with him and not be able to step out for that bounce pass.
6-point lead for the Titans. Meredith on the attack for the Cardinals. He rolls off a screen, Looks for Clauser, who set the pick. Now Clauser behind the back dribble. Inside over Leyritz, and he scores.
Clausel with 2 very nice moves here in the last 3 possessions. Leyritz has to stay down and not let him get back to his right hand, right back to his strength.
Yeah, Coach Rose not happy with the defensive effort of the last couple of possessions as the lead has been trimmed to 4 with 8:58 to go, and you get the feeling that every possession, as critical as they are at this point, these coaches are going to be using their timeouts very judiciously.
For sure, and I think the Titans are trying to buy Doug Wallen some time defensively, but you also see whenever he leaves, you see how vital he is defensively for the Titans. Not just the matchup with Connor Raridan, but even from a team defensive standpoint. When Doug Wallen steps off the floor, the Titans don't look like the same defensive unit.
Titans lead 58-54. The Wesleyan women trailed North Park late third quarter, 56-43. The women will be back here at Shirk on Saturday for the doubleheader against Carroll. Augustana trailing Elmhurst 57-50 with a 12.5 to go in the second half. So Elmhurst trying to maintain their share of the lead in the men's race, and the Cardinals have some catching up to do here at Shirk. Titans have led for much of the game, up by as many as 10. On the right side, Schumacher against man-to-man defense. He penetrates right elbow, fadeaway, jumper short, and Meredith rips down the miss for North Central.
Tough shot there, a good look. Schumacher definitely capable of making that, but a tough shot there out of the timeout.
Loose dribble, Meredith able to regain control. Now to Clausel, left side to Pollock. Guarded closely by No. Swings it out to Clausel. Wheels left of the lane, kicks it to the corner. Quick step baseline. It's Capoletti off the glass for 2. And he
Titans
is 12.
with some subs waiting to come in. Cody Mitchell just getting exposed there defensively. Capoletti is just so tough on that perimeter for a big guy to guard.
Lead down to reduce, 8:15 to go. Leyritz draws the double, hooks into the corner. Mitchell around the horn, it goes to No. No behind the back dribble. Shovels down low for Leyritz, and it was knocked away. Leyritz diving at the floor to get it. And there was a foul called as Leyritz was able to rescue the ball amongst a trio of Cardinal defenders also laid out on the hardwood. The foul goes against, I believe, Clausel. Nope, it's going to be on Capoletti, and that is his 4th. So he has 4. Raridan has 4 for North Central. And this will send Leyritz to the line for a 1 and bonus.
Coach Raridan begging the official for an explanation. That's a really tough call against North Central. It's a loose ball, kind of a scramble. Rarely do you see that called, but a big call as that's his 4th.
Leyritz at the line. The first is up and rattling out. Missed the front end of the rebound. It goes to Capoletti. That's the Titans' first miss at the line tonight, and Leyritz had made 4 in a row. Meredith moving it left of the lane into the corner. Capoletti tees up Chang. Chang at the dribble drive. Back to Capoletti. Well covered by Yoder. Capoletti staying in it with foul trouble. Left side it goes to Chang. Back into the corner to Capoletti. Guarded by Bear. Out to Clauser. Open 3. Strokes it and misses. Rebound to Lambesis.
Good possession there defensively by the Titans. It actually looked like North Central had the advantage in the early going there. Wesleyan rotated really well and got that advantage back.
Leyritz up strong for 2 from the right block.
Leyritz having a great second half, taking advantage of Blaze Meredith down in the post, finishing with the left hand.
15 for Leyritz. He and Schumacher lead all scores. Titans up 60-56. Meredith on the left wing. Looks for a handoff, covered by Lambesis. Deep on the left wing to Pollock. Pollock off a screen. No sticks with him. Back to Clausel. Dribbling left baseline. Powers it up. Off at the backboard. No good. Bear rebounds. Yoder, hot foot to the ball, one to the front court. Takes the ball to the baseline. Kicks it out to Leyritz. Leyritz wheeling right baseline. Bear. Back out to Lambesis. Back to Bear. His post feed kicked by Clausel out of bounds with a 19 to shoot. And Wallen and Schumacher return for Wesleyan, replacing Leyritz and No.
Yoder showing some really good patience there in transition. In the first half, he forced that a couple times after that penetration down to the block. That time, the penetration got shut down. He kicked it back out. The Titans got a reversal and still have a chance to get a bucket on this trip.
Connor Raridan returns after a 5-minute absence on the bench with the 4 fouls and the pass thrown away. Helwig gets the steal off the inbound.
Eric, remind me not to compliment Luke Yoder too much. Went to his head, evidently, threw a sloppy pass.
The Titan able to grow their lead by 1 with Raridan sidelined. Meredith missed a shot at the post. Titans get the rebound up by 4, dribbling baseline. Yoder looked to scoop it against Meredith, and he was hemmed into the baseline. Meredith picked up the foul, and now he joins the 4-foul club for North Central with 6:30 to go.
That was a strong take, and there was clear contact. The official waited about a split second there to blow that whistle, and now he's got North Central upset. But that was a pretty obvious foul. Yoder got hammered as he drove and created the contact. 2
free throws for Luke Yoder. First is good. Yoder is second best in the league at 94%. And he'll have one more coming as Meredith checks out of the game with 6:30 to go.
Coach Raridan really working the officials. Did not like the calls here in the last 2 or 3 trips, and now drawing a warning from the official to kind of settle down a little bit.
So Yoder has one more coming his way as they're now wiping up some moisture in front of the North Central bench. I'm not sure if that's the reason for the delay or not, but now Yoder on the other end gets ready for a second free throw attempt. As he spins, releases, and hits.
2 big free throws by the freshman, extending this lead back to 6. This is a huge possession in this game. The Titans can secure a stop, get to the under 6-minute mark with a 6-point lead.
62-56, Wesleyan ahead by 6. Clausen out on top. Overhead pass to Chang on the wing. Baseline to Hellwig against 2 defenders. Crept it up, no good, but was able to follow it up and score.
Second time that Hellwig has had a point-blank shot, missed it, but then gotten back up and gotten his own rebound.
62-58, Wesleyan approaching 6 minutes to go in the second half. Yoder left side on the cut, finds Schumacher, drives inside, dishes to Bear. It's waved off at an offensive foul on Schumacher as he knocked over Will Clausel just before the dish.
Titan staff arguing that Clausel was in the restricted area, but I think he just got his feet. Nice play.
Just outside of it.
Schumacher with a really nice pass. It's too bad that was wiped off by a nice defensive play by North Central.
Third foul on Schumacher, and it goes back to the Cardinals with the Titans up by 4. Jones out between the rings, unloads to Raridan. Raridan rolling off a screen, guarded by Lambesis. Gives up the rock to Clausel. Right side it goes to Hellwig. Backs it up against Wallen with a 10 to shoot. Hellwig journeys to the left side, looks for a post feed. Instead it goes out to Jones, a whistle away from the ball. They'll get Lambesis as he was tangled up with Connor Raridan late in the shot clock. And that will send Raridan to the line with a 5:34 to go. Third foul, make that second foul on Lambesis.
That really reminds me of Steve Jarakovic there. Connor Raridan created all of that contact. He actually grabbed Lambesis' arm and kind of trapped it, the old hook and hold. He kind of trapped that arm, really then kind of labors to the official like he's the one being held, and he drew the call. Just a veteran move, a frustrating move if you're the opponent, but a veteran move.
1 in bonus for Raridan, and he barely gets the first one to creep in. He's 2 for 4 at the stripe tonight, now with 8 points. And a chance here to bring the lead down to 2 with 5:34 to go.
The official having a talk with multiple players, trying to get them to settle down. Things are getting heated. You know, Eric, what do we say? North Central just has a way of making it a one-possession type of game. And before you know it, they're right back within 3 points.
And he missed this one, his third miss at the stripe tonight. And the Titans maintain a 3-point advantage. Looking like we're going down to the wire here at Shirk Center. Schumacher lost his defender. Chang fell down, but Schumacher unable to take advantage of it in time. And now he gets the ball back and throws it away down low. Clausen with a steal. It's a 3-on-2 if they hurry. Clausen had it stripped by Schumacher, and he was nearly able to save it as he tried to shove it back in play as he fell out of bounds, but a nice recovery after the turnover on the other end.
Yeah, quick strip. Schumacher has such quick hands. He kind of a high-risk pass at the other end. Would have loved to see Keandre take advantage of Aiden Chang. I don't think Chang can contain Schumacher in the half court. That might be something the Titans want to exploit here down the stretch.
The ball inbounded to Jones near midcourt. 5:08 to play. Titans 62-59. Chang at the top of the key, guarded by Schumacher. Spins the left side for Hellwig, guarded by Lambesis. Out on top to Capoletti as he looks it over, looks to get rid of it. Finds Raridan against Bear. 2 men with 4 fouls. 1-on-1. Raridan backs down, kicks it out. Jones at 4, at 3. Jones baseline punched away by Lambesis on the baseline. Actually, he stepped out of bounds. Take your pick in the violation. The shot clock was also about to expire, and the Titans get it back.
Great defensive possession there for the Titans. They really forced a tough situation. Charlie Bear doing a really nice job of defending Connor Raridan. You see now Coach Raridan getting his son out of the game with his 4 fouls, maybe trying to protect him down at the defensive end.
62-59, Wesleyan on top. Well, you would imagine they would certainly attack number 32 if they got the chance, but he's out of the game. But they do have 2 other guys with the 4 fouls. Yoder with a scoop and score off the reverse, and Pollock picks up the foul. Big-time play by the freshman.
That is an incredible move, dribbling all the way across the court and then jumping backwards into the defender, creating a contact, and still with the quickness and strength to finish with the offhand on the reverse layup. That's a big-time play for a freshman.
So Yoder comes back in. Raridan comes back in as Yoder looks for the 3-point play, and he is long. Back tap by Leyritz. Titans keep it alive.
Leyritz really having a nice half, doing a lot of little things, not just the points, but a lot of little things off the ball. That back tap might be the play of the game.
Looking to extend this possession and extend the lead. Down low to Bear. 1-on-1 against Clausel. Here comes the double. Swings it out to Lambesis. 12 to shoot. Lambesis left side. Holds the ball. Back out on top to Yoder. At 8, at 7, lob down low. Leyritz with a tough catch as he was falling out.